Okay, welcome everybody. I am Dr. Barbara Stone, and I am so glad that you are here today. I asked that only the right people would be here today, and you have courage to face this darkness, and we are a part of transforming it. So that's why we are here, to transform the problems that the reptilians have brought. I'd like to start with some laughter yoga. And I want you to know I am a certified laughter yoga leader. I have a license to laugh. How about that? So don't do this if you have a heart condition or bleeding piles, but if you would stand up, and here we go. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Make yourself a milkshake, a neurotransmitter milkshake. Norepinephrine, GABA GABA, serotonin. Shake it all up and drink it down. That's so good, I want more. One more. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 We're going to do lion laughter. It opens up the throat chakra. You stick out your tongue and bug your eyes, and then make clouds and scare somebody. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 Smile, think of somebody you love, make a fist, and pound on your sternum over your thymus. Smile, smiling improves immunity, think of somebody you love, love improves immunity, and we're going to go ha, 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 ha. And now laughter yoga. Oh, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 The last one, we're going to say alo, and on the way down, we're going to say ha, 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 and erase all of our problems. Alo. Again. Alo. And one last one. Alo. As you come up one vertebrae at a time, just restacking your spine, and notice how it feels to have done this laughing. Because 1 minute of laughter makes as many neurotransmitters that make you feel good as 10 minutes of jogging. We have like jogged 20 minutes just now. Thank you so much. You can have a seat. Yes, yes, you did your exercise today. Our room monitor, would you go to the new people and let them sign up for the raffle? I'm giving away some free stuff here.
Show them what they want.
And the two of you, if you'd come up and turn over a card, because we need spiritual helpers in this work. If you haven't done that yet, these are cards from the deck that's one of the prizes. And see which one is right to help with class today. Oh, remembering my innocence. Beautiful.
You can sign up over your job.
No, go ahead.
Saint Germain and taking back my power. Okay. I only have 10 copies of the handouts printed out. But if you're signed up on the list, I can send you a file with the handouts. And those of you who don't have a copy, if you can snuggle up to somebody who does have one, that would be great. So share your handouts. Yeah, lots of things to do here. Ooh, you got repairing DNA. Okay.
So you're sending out the file to everybody that's on the list? Okay.
Yes, I will send the file out to everybody on the list. Okay. Hi, did you turn over a card?
I did.
Well, pick a card for a spiritual helper for today. And while they're doing that, we're going to do some centering exercises because it is vitally important that to do this work, you have to be in your center. So if you would take your right hand and circle around your heart, or if it's easier with your left hand, go down on the left and up on the right. This is clockwise as I look at you. And say, I love myself as I am. I accept myself as I am. And even though I have a reptilian brain, because we all do have a reptilian brain, and there's a little bit of reptilian in me, I love and accept that part of myself, and I don't want it to make all my decisions. That's for sure. I accept all my feelings about myself, my body, the world, the star civilizations, and I especially accept my feelings about reptilians. I'm here to be part of the solution. Okay, and then 5 fingers around the belly button, and with the other hand, tap just under the collarbone in the little dent there up against the sternum. That works the kidney meridian, it gives us courage. Deep breaths. You can do one side or the other, or you can do both at once. And keeping the hand around the belly button, tap under the nose. This works governor vessel, and it brings chi into your body. Breathe some of that in. And under the lips, just breathe in the chi. Trade hands, same thing with the other hand around the belly button. Tap under the collarbone. Deep breath. Welcome, welcome. Under the nose. Under the lips. And tap or rub the tailbone. Take a deep breath and call yourself right to your center. So there's as much energy in front of you as behind, to your right, your left, above and below. Call yourself right to your center. And one easy way to deal with trauma, if you get triggered by anything during this class and need to calm down, an easy way is just put both hands over your heart chakra. The energy of the chakra of your hand will calm down your heart. Another easy way to get through trauma is called the butterfly hug. And you pretend like you're a butterfly. Kids love this one, kids of all ages, to just calm down. We cannot do this work if we're afraid. So the 2 things I'm going to do for fear, first of all, I'm going to set sacred space and call in all of these helpers. And then we're just going to tap the meridians that are involved in the fear response. So I ask to have a pyramid of golden light around this whole room, a 4-sided pyramid, and an inverted pyramid going down, upside down, down to the first floor, to the bar and grill or whoever's down there. This golden light is the unconditional love that the one true creator of all has for each of us, exactly as we are. And over that, a crystalline double pyramid called an octahedron, because the crystal amplifies that felt sense to get it in every cell of the body. On top, a golden capstone, because pyramids shoot energy out the point, catch that love energy, send it back down, capstone at the bottom to make it go back up, so that we're just reverberating in the energy of unconditional love. I ask to stand around us, including but certainly not limited to the archangels, Archangel Raphael in the back, Archangel Gabriel on this side, Archangel Ariel behind me, and Archangel Uriel, whose name means light of God, on the left. Shed light on this whole reptilian issue. Archangel Michael, stand up at the apex. Michael was one of the cards drawn. Keep us safe, keep us protected. At the point beneath the floor, two angels, because that's our subconscious mind where all the troublesome things run around, both archangels Metatron and Shamuel, whose job is world peace. We want that down there in our subconscious minds. Would you call in your guardians, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your beloved ancestors, the beings of light, the star civilizations that help us, and any other helpers, but only beings of 100% light, no troublemakers, no imposters, just those that will be helpful for us. I ask that only what's in the highest good of everyone and every being would come to pass from our class today. When the angels come, it raises the vibration and I get thirsty. So if you need water, there's some water up there. Those two, anybody can grab those. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about who I am. I have a Master of Social Work degree and a PhD in clinical psychology. And you know what MS is? Well, you know what MS is like more of the same of what you learned, and the PhD is piled higher and deeper. So, well, there's my initials, Barbara Stone. That starts out with that, and then more of the same. When I was 42, that was in 1991, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And the night before surgery, I was praying for help for whatever came, because I could see my funeral. When you're young and you get cancer, the cancer has more vigor and is actually more dangerous. So in my mind's eye, Jesus came and tapped me on the sternum, because Jesus is a face that divine love wears for me. It might be a different face for someone else. Could be Divine Mother or Lakshmi or White Buffalo Calf Woman. But for me, that was the face from my Christian upbringing that spelled love. And with that touch, there was communicated the complete thought, I call him Yeshua now, Yeshua, I now heal your soul. And with that touch, I felt a wound in my soul heal up. Before that, I actually wanted to die. Life was too hard. It was just these people fight with each other, and don't they understand that's not the way to get along? It's like home was peaceful, and I kind of wanted to go back home. But when I got that ticket, I exercised my prerogative to change my mind. I didn't want to go home on that ticket. And I knew with my soul healed that my body would follow suit. So I was so grateful. I mean, I'd have missed all 5 of my grandkids had I died a couple years after my diagnosis. So I prayed, okay, I dedicate my life to whatever is most needed in service to others, because this is like extra time. And then I got a client in my practice who told me she was the survivor of satanic ritual abuse. And that material was so traumatic. I had to go start learning energy therapies just to take care of me. She told me unspeakable horrors, and then she asked me to write her story. And I said, well, I'm not going to write it if the ending is you kill yourself, because she was highly suicidal. She had a lot of different parts. But that she got better, and her story is in this book, Transforming Fear into Gold. That's one of the prizes. And that's on how to deal with dark entities, how to actually help them transform, take fallen angels and get them back to their job of being good angels. Now, after that, I published the book, and I published a book on healing past life trauma, because that's what I had dragged in with me this lifetime. And I didn't even believe in past lives when I grew up, but here I had to deal with that. Then a while back, I prayed again. I did this thing again. I said, okay, Spirit, what's next? And what message came through was, we want you to work with extraterrestrials. And I said, oh my goodness, I have inserted my foot in my mouth again, because that was the least comfortable in my comfort zone, way outside of my comfort zone. I said, well, will they come knocking on my front door? Because I could see little green things with antennas and cone hats at my front porch there. They said, you'll know and they'll know. And then my clients started coming in with lifetimes on other planets. And a lot of them were on peaceful planets, and then reptilians invaded and blew them up and stole their DNA and demolished their planet. So I study and read and put together the experiences of how my clients heal. And I came up with this reptilian protocol. I had surgery for the breast cancer, I had radiation, and I had chemotherapy. I did all the Western medical treatments. And what was that? I wrote a book, yes. It's called Cancer as Initiation, Surviving the Fire. There's one copy left in the bookstore. It's on the 25% off table. So it's a real bargain.
It's still up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I did the Western things, but I added learning to meditate, do yoga, acupuncture, and I had to really get in touch with the purpose of the thing for me. Would you like to know what I learned having cancer so you can learn it and you don't have to have cancer? It's the hardest thing in the world, to love myself. I could love others, but I couldn't love myself, and I had to learn that. So you can start now, and this is a good place to start, just circling your heart chakra clockwise and say it. I love myself. I accept myself as I am. Go the other way. I accept, go this way. Yeah. I accept myself as I am. This is the adding direction. If you want to take out that low self-esteem, then you go the other way. I'm letting go of my low self-esteem. Just letting that go, because that is a reptilian pack of lies that they've fed us, that we are inferior, that we're not powerful. And so let's go clockwise. And I'm pulling in my power, because one of the cards here is taking back your power. That is what we have to do. If any reptilian comes and you stand in the power of your true self and you say, no, I'm a sovereign being, you cannot hurt me. They can't hurt you. They can't do that, because we are connected to Source. We are multidimensional in a way the reptilians aren't. They are a very ancient race. They've been in our solar system billions of years, and so they've developed great technology. They have flying machines and particle beams, and they know how to disappear and reappear. They know how to slide between the dimensions. So like there's third and fourth, and they scuttle around in 3.5. So it is really hard to see them. They were on planet Earth millions of years before humans showed up. And they live underground because the sun's too bright. They don't like too much light. And when we showed up, they said, delicious. We just look like a food source to them. And they have to sort of pretend they're obeying the rules, that you can't pick on somebody from another civilization without their permission. But in our protocol are a bunch of markers, which are flimsy excuses that they use to pick on people. So I'm going to go through the protocol, and I ask for a volunteer to be the demonstration person to run through this thing, okay? If you want to be the volunteer, please raise your hand, and I'm going to muscle test who would be the very best one. For the learning of the class, and this will be videoed, the best one is on this half, it's on this half, okay, this half, it's you, I get it, it's you. If you would come up. Okay. Okay.
I wasn't sure why.
And while she's getting situated in her chair here, just do this, and we're going to tap for fear. Because if you go into fear, that's really the only tool the dark side has. Say, I accept myself, even though I might be afraid. And we're going to tap 4 points which clear trauma, and that includes fear. We're going to tap the beginning of the eyebrows. And Bob, I'm going to ask you to write these 4 points on the board over there. Beginning of the eyebrows, under the eyes. There's a marker in my purse. Under the eyes. This balances the stomach meridian. This balances the bladder meridian. Under the arms balances the spleen meridian. And my purse is over there. There are some markers. This is my wonderful husband, Bob. And under the collarbone. He's my only husband. He is the wonderful one. Yes, I just. Okay, just check in. Does anybody have any fear about what we're doing here right now? Okay. Now, in addition to our octahedron, I'm going to ask for a band of warrior angels to protect us. And the warrior angels are Michael's band, and they deal with any dark force things like fallen angels. And around them, a band of Arcturians. Arcturians are the most developed civilization in our galaxy. And they have come to help us get free of reptilian domination. Because their planet once was in 3D like us, and they were able to go up to a higher level. They're 6th, or 7th, or 8th dimensional. And they want to help us make that leap. Because once you get up into 5th dimension, where we know we're all one, the reptilians can't find you. They cannot see up there. They're looking, and you're up here, and they're looking, and they just can't see you.
They're not conscious of us being up there?
They can't go to 5th dimension.
So they just...
Too much light. Yeah, they can't see us. Okay, so Nancy, I'm going to ask you to turn your chair at a square to me here. Why do you think there might be reptilian involvement in your life?
I used to call them demons, but for so long, there were times even at night where I couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom. I was terrified. So I went through some entity courses. I learned how to clear. I wouldn't go into the dark without clearing. I couldn't even walk to my car without just being terrified in the dark. In the dark.
Okay.
I mean, I had to have lights on wherever I went. So I cleared, and I think I personally, and I would say go back to from whence you came, never to touch me, my body, or my reality again. You must go there. They had to go.
Okay.
So that's kind of my thing I did.
Okay.
To clear that energy.
Okay. All right. Now this protocol. What was that?
You'll need a microphone if you're going to record it, because otherwise.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I'll talk louder. I guess, a little nervous. I'll talk louder.
Can you,
You're facing the wrong way, too.
Yeah, it's hard to hear you.
Okay.
okay. Would you speak that into my mic, Carrie?
Okay.
Okay. I will.
I can.
Okay. I will repeat it for the recording. Nancy says that she had a time in her life where she was just terrified of the dark. She couldn't get up at night in the dark, and she felt entity invasion. It was very scary and traumatic, and she went to some energy clearing things, and it's better now. And she knows how to put protection, and she says if things come, she asks Spirit to take them back to where they came from so they could never return. Okay. Right. Thank you. So in our reptilian protocol, the first step is to get centered. We did some of that as a group. I would like to do some muscle testing to check your centering. Is that okay? Do you have any problems with this arm? Okay, would you put it straight out so I can reach it better? And hold firm and just pick a spot on the wall and look at the same spot. Okay, other hand palm down over the top of your head and hold. And now flip that hand palm up and hold. And that unlocks a little bit as it should. That's good. That shows proper polarity up and down. That arm can come down. And then 2 fingers under the collarbone. How about the other hand so I can test with this one? We're going to test your kidney points and hold. And on the other side and hold. Very good. And now hide the thumb, bend the wrist, and put knuckles in there. And put a knuckle there and hold firm. And on the other side and hold firm. Very good. By the way, I have YouTube videos of these centering tests and corrections. They're on my website on the home page. And my website is in the book. And it's also www.souldetective.net. It's written down on there. Okay, I would like you to look at this letter X. And hold out your eye. And hold firm. Very good. And now look at parallel lines. And hold. And that unlocks as it should. You're doing perfectly great. And now hand over your heart. Look at the X. And hold firm. Excellent. And now look at parallel lines. And hold firm. Very good. And we'll go back to looking at the X. And hold firm. Okay, very good. You are centered. Second step is to set sacred space. And we did that. We asked for our star helpers of the higher beings, because reptilians did come from the stars too. They came from the Orion belt. Step 3 is we ask for a cloak of invisibility, inaudibility, and anonymity, so that other reptilians in the neighborhood in Plymouth don't come over and try to see what we're doing here. So we just ask for that. Boy, I need more. Inaudibility and anonymity. They can't see us, they can't hear us, and they don't know who we are. I want to see if we have permission to do this protocol with you, and I'm asking your spiritual guidance team. We have permission to do this work with Nancy today, and hold. And that was a lock response, that's a true. I'm going to double check. We do not have permission. It's not a good idea to do this here today. And hold. Unlocks. Okay, so we do have permission. I ask now the beings of light to uncloak the stuff the reptilians are doing. Because they cloak everything they do. You know something's wrong, but you can't see what it is because they're wearing their invisibility cloaks. How about that? Please uncloak all of the things. So now I'm going to go through a list. You may not have all of these, but if you do, we're going to deal with them. Okay. Step 6, there is at least one reptilian inside my energy field. And hold. Yes, at least 2 and hold. At least 4 and hold. Unlocks at least 3 and hold. Yeah, so we've got 3 inside. And what I ask to have the Arcturians do is 4 things that all start with the letter R. Remove them, Arcturians, and would you ask that with me, because it's your field and it's important, it comes from your free will. I ask the Arcturians
I asked
to,
the Arcturians.
to remove all 4 of these reptilians.
There's 3, right?
3, yes.
To remove all, I don't want more than that. Remove all 3 of these reptilians.
I missed something. I forgot to count how many hidden reptilians were there. So, arm out again. There's at least 1 reptilian in my field that's hiding. And hold. Yes. Okay, at least 2 are hiding and hold. That kind of unlocked, so I think it's just 1. Okay, and in addition to hiding, there can be 1 that was here but slipped out the door and went down to room 119 for the moment, and we'll come. No, that they couldn't get in there. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Well, okay, at least 1 that stepped aside while we're counting would come back as soon as we're done counting. There is at least 1 stepped aside reptilian in your that was in your field, went out, and is planning to come back. And hold. I think that was an unlock. What did you think?
It went down.
It went down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when there's even a little bit of unlock, that means it's not true. So we actually do have 4. 3 up front plus 1 hidden plus 0 stepped aside. So there are 4. And by the way, class, please, if I make mistakes, if I leave something out of the protocol, let me know, because I don't think I've ever done it perfectly.
Well, you were right.
What?
You were right, man. You started out with 4 and you know.
Yeah, I said of these 4, it's like my guides must have known that, so help me go back and correct my error. Okay, now the second thing is, and you may not like this, but the soul detective approach is to meet the needs of the thing that's bothering the client. Help them get better so they don't bother the client anymore. So at this point, we are really working for the higher good of the reptilians. We ask to restore any soul parts that were stolen from these 4 reptilians, because I don't know who does it, but it's like, seems like many of them at birth, their souls get stolen, and then of course you know how somebody acts without a soul, not very good. So we ask to find any stolen soul parts. We ask the Arcturians to go find them, wash them off, cleanse them, and if they would like them back, to bring these stolen soul parts and put them back so they can be complete and whole. Do you have a sense of what's happening?
Whether that's happening, is that what you're asking? I felt a vibration.
Okay, all right. And then step C is we're going to ask to rehabilitate these reptilians. Now, the Secret Service, a secret space program, has killed a couple reptilians, and usually they vaporize when you kill them. It's kind of like the Zat gun on, Stargate, yeah. But they got a couple that didn't vaporize. I guess they couldn't get to the vaporize button soon enough, and they autopsied them and found they were full of little nanobots of artificial intelligence. So the reptilians are controlled by AI, artificial intelligence. And AI, that's another topic that I'm not going to go into in depth here, but the idea is that on another galaxy far, far away, humans built androids to make their lives easier, dig their ditches, sweep their floors. And as they built better and better androids, the AI androids said, gee, we're perfect, and the humans aren't. And so they kill all the humans. And then they have a problem of where they're going to get energy from. So they came over to our universe, and I believe that they chose the reptilians to work through, because they get energized by human suffering. When we suffer, it goes to the dark forces, and then upline to the reptilians, and upline to AI. When we suffer, they get energized. So we ask to set these reptilians free from any and all domination by artificial intelligence. And we ask the higher beings. Usually, for me, it's the 24th dimensional aquafarians. We ask whoever can do it to do whatever is necessary. This is a lawyer prayer. Whoever can do it, do whatever is necessary to set these poor reptilians free from anything that interferes with their free will so they can have sovereignty and autonomy again. And once they're all cleaned up, we ask the higher beings to relocate them. And I pray that it's not in our galaxy, that there are at least 200 trillion galaxies in the universe. To find a planet somewhere that's just perfect for reptilians, not too much light, not too bright, plenty of food, all their needs can be met without struggle, so they don't have to fight each other, and to take them there through a wormhole from right here, open up a wormhole to that other planet, and as soon as these four go through that wormhole, close the door. Okay, that's okay, and let's check again. I have at least one reptilian in my field now, and hold. Say I have, all four of those reptilians have been, I call it R&R squared because it's remove, restore, rehabilitate, and relocate. All four of them have been R&R squared, and hold. Boy, that is so firm. Thank you, Arcturians. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all they need is a thank you. Okay, next thing. Sometimes they leave their eggs behind in the field. Dirty trick, right? And they might leave androids or something. So I'm going to go through a list here.
Robots?
Yeah, robots.
Is that the little bots?
Well,
the AI, the little guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they can. There are reptilian robots. When they attack a planet, they usually have their robots driving the ships so that if the ships get blown up, they don't lose any real reptilians. They have like androids.
I got you. Okay.
Okay. There is at least one artificial intelligence robot in Nancy's field, and hold. I don't think so. What did you think?
It went down, but
It went down.
but I was pushing. I don't want one.
Oh, okay. Now, Nancy,
Okay.
if it's there, we're just going to get rid of it, no problem. And we don't want to accidentally miss something, because if you try to interfere with the dowsing, you can.
I know.
But
That's
then
why
you
I
take
said
home
it.
a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, there is, now, if you feel it start to give, just let it go. Don't try to keep holding it. There's at least one android reptilian in Nancy's field, and hold. No, thank you, that was a very clear test. There is at least one reptilian clone in the field, and hold. Yeah, okay, how many reptilian clones? At least 2, hold. At least 4, and hold. At least 8, and hold. At least 16, and hold. And not true, at least 12, and hold. At least 14, and hold. At least 15, and hold. No, so we've got 14 clones. Yeah, if they can't reproduce regularly, then they clone themselves. Arcturians, please R&R square all of those clones. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've got a set for what that means. Remove them. Restore any soul parts, except clones don't have souls, I think. So we could skip that one, but rehabilitate them, set them free from AI, and please relocate them out of your field to that wonderful planet for reformed reptilians. Thank you. Now, from here on, may I use my pendulum just so your arm doesn't get tired? Okay. There is at least one reptilian egg in the field. No. At least one hidden egg. No. At least one stepped aside egg. No, they took it out and are going to bring it back later. Nope. There's at least one reptilian seed. Yes. Now, a reptilian seed is a packet of bad energy that they leave around. It's kind of like a stink bomb that smells up the place, and it makes people fight with each other. It just draws people to trouble, and it putrefies the energy field. How many seeds? We're just going to count them and ask them to be removed. At least 2, at least 10, at least 20, at least 40, 30, 25, 27, 28, 27 seeds. So Arcturians, please sweep all those out, put them in the transformer, and send them up to the compost heap in the world of light. Thank you. There is at least one portal in Nancy's field, which is where they got in the first place. Yes, at least 2 portals. No. At least one hidden or cloaked portal. No, one that was there but temporarily left. No, 1 portal. Okay, do you know where they got in? Can you tell, or should I test?
Test.
Okay, the portal is in the upper half of the body. No, lower half. Yes, it's in a chakra. Yes, more than 1 chakra. Yes, more than 2. Yes, more than 3. Yes. So it's in heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root, all 4 of those. Okay. Yeah, that's an energy spin where they got in there. Would you ask Archangel Raphael to remove the portal? And we're going to just kind of starting at the heart. Let's start at the heart and go down, go the other way. Yeah, Archangel Raphael. Yeah, we're going to
Raphael,
pull out
please remove and pull out the portal
that portal in your body
in my body.
and suck out all the reptilian bad stuff that was in there. We ask to remove all reptilian devices, all beacons, any markers, all reptilian codes and hidden codes in the field, all slime trails, all chemical trails, pheromones, and any leftover debris. It's not in the protocol.
We didn't think.
Yeah, if there's cooties there, remove those too, whatever. And then heal and seal that heart chakra. Let's go this way to heal and seal it. This is the adding. Heal and seal my heart. Yeah, and you can all clean out your chakras if you want to also. And then the same thing for the solar plexus. Pulling out from my power center. Pulling out that portal, all the debris, all the slime trails, pheromones, any reptilian junk in my body, pull it out, and we're going to put it in a black hole right there and let the earth take care of it, or the angels can take it. And when it feels clean, then heal and seal. That one, go the other way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and let's clean out the sacral chakra. Pulling out all interference in sexuality and creativity in any form. I'm going to repeat the list, all reptilian codes and hidden codes, slime trails, chemical trails, pheromones that mark you for other reptilians to find you, any leftover debris. And we're going to do the root chakra also. Oh wait, let's put back in. Yes, putting back in my creative energy, sacral chakra. Thank you for putting that back in. And then the root, cleaning out the root chakra. Pulling it out, pulling it out. And putting back in my power, my connection to the earth, without reptilian interference, putting back in my connection. Okay. There's another way to clear all that stuff, and you can just say, I asked to clear all of that, and then empower it like this. And this is fun to do. Chop the sides of the hands together. Deep breath in. Let it go. And huff and puff. Now we're going to do a step, and I ask the intuitives in the room to really follow what's happening with this one. We ask the Arcturians to trace from those portals through the other end of the portal to the underground nests where the reptilians, these four, came from. And R square all the reptilians in that nest, in any tunnels, any underground cities. Remove all the reptilians in the underground caverns. Remove all eggs, all seeds, all computers. They have devices down there that target people. Remove the clones, any artificial intelligence androids, any machines, any other apparatus of control. And the reptilians have dominion over the demons. Somehow they separate angels from source and use them as demons. So if there are any demons trapped in torture chambers, we ask Archangel Michael, one of our helpers here, to go find those fallen angels. Now that they're free of the reptilians, help them get reconnected to source and back to doing their job of being good angels after a retraining time, please. Thank you. And if there are any elemental spirits there, if they've caught any fairies or trolls and are making them mad and cause problems for people, please help those elemental spirits get restored to their proper realm. And once those caverns are totally clean, fill them up with golden light. I had an experience once. I taught in San Ramon, and on the way I prayed, please don't let any students have reptilians because I don't feel comfortable dealing with it. And of course, everybody had reptilians. So we removed them, and after I left, there were 42 earthquakes in San Ramon. I felt 42 earthquakes, up to 5 on the Richter scale. So there was a lot of readjustment under the earth. So I added this to the protocol. I haven't had earthquakes where I teach since then. But please rebalance the earth energy in that area and then seal that portal. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you.
That was the only thing, when you started that, that's when I had a little bit of fear. I got this little bit of inside of me.
A little bit of fear reaction when we started
the
underground.
Trace it there, because this little thing said, but then they can find me.
But they're gone.
Okay.
They're in another galaxy.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me that there was a little bit of fear that came up. You want to do this? I'm okay. We're here. We have protection. Yeah.
Boy, that helps.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
I'm a butterfly. Okay. Now, step 9. Are there any outside reptilians trying to get into your field? There is at least one outside reptilian that wants to get in but hasn't been able to. Yes, at least 2, 4, 8, 6, 5, 4. Okay, so the 4 outside. Arcturians, please R square all 4 of those. You know what to do. This is the shortcut now that we have the pattern. We know what we're doing. There is at least 1 reptilian clone trying to get in, at least 2, at least 100, at least, boy, you're special, 200, 150, 110, 115, 115 clones. Arcturians, please find those clones and R them, since they don't have souls. Just do whatever's necessary to remove them. Any reptilian eggs? Yes, and the eggs can be like in your yard, in your property, somewhere outside of the body. There is at least 1 egg. No eggs in the field. Okay, great. Any reptilian seeds in or around your home, your yard, your workplace, your vehicles? Yes. Count them? No. Okay, Arcturians, just scoop up however many there are and remove them and recycle them. You know what to do. You put them in the seed smasher and pulverize them and make them into compost. Okay.
That's exactly what went through my mind when you said, anyway.
Oh, that went
compost.
through your mind.
With
Make
the compost.
compost
Yeah.
out of those nasty seeds. Good. We're on the same track here. Okay. 9G, to see if there is at least one beacon that marks you for more attention from the reptilians. There's at least one beacon. No. At least one homing device. No. Other marker outside of the body. No. Not, but there could be on some people. We ask again to, this is step 9H, to remove any and all devices, the clones, and the outside reptilians, and any codes, hidden codes, slime trails, chemical trails in your yard where they were trying to get into your field, pheromones and leftover debris. Bye-bye all that nasty reptilian stuff. And please find their underground nests and cities and clean those out. Okay. Now, the reptilians are built on a military model. Everybody has a boss and they have to give some of their energy to the upline bosses. Please find all the upline reptilians who are going to be missing the Nancy energy that those reptilians stole from you. And of course, they would try to send some other ones, right? Find those upline bosses, R&R square them to remove them all the way up to the artificial intelligence that controls them. And we ask the higher beings of light to find any and all files targeting Nancy, any and all cross-reference files, like she's a dowser, so let's get her, or she's a woman, so let's get her, or she's beautiful, so let's really get her, or whatever is in there, any and all cross-reference files, and to remove all of that and all of the backup data. Bye-bye all AI files. So to the AI, they'll say, Nancy? Nancy who? I never heard of her. So let me double check something. There are still AI files targeting Nancy, and hold. No, they removed them, and hold. They have been removed. Nancy is free of artificial intelligence targeting, and hold. Yes, she's free of upline reptilians, and hold. Good. You are doing great. Wow, let's give her a hand for it. Okay, now the next part is the markers, and you may want to test yourself for these markers as we go through them. I'm going to go through them all. I don't think you have them all, but I want people to know about them. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So the markers, they tag a person for reptilian attack. So Nancy has at least one reptilian marker. Yes, at least two. Yes, at least three. Yes, at least four. No, 3 markers. In addition to that, there's at least one marker that's hidden or cloaked. No. There's at least marker that was there but has been temporarily removed. No. So we have 3 markers. The first marker is an ancestral marker. And if you can sit near somebody who has a handout and you can just look at that, that would be great. Yeah.
There's one on the chair I was using if someone needs one. There should be one on my chair. Or kind of like right there was. Okay.
So as you're asking about Nancy, we should ask about...
If you wish. If you want to know if you have a marker. And if you do, you're going to ask to have it removed. Ask the Arcturians to remove it and all of its backup data. An ancestral marker, how do you get one of those? Well, The reptilians can shapeshift into human form and mate with a human, and then the baby is part reptilian. And we hear that the royal families have reptilian energy in them. So the kings and queens are taller, smarter, stronger, and more ruthless. Does that kind of fit the profile? So the reptilians think, well, if some of my DNA is in that lineage, then I own the lineage. I own all those people. Flimsy excuse, because nobody owns anybody else. We all belong to ourselves. There is an ancestral marker in Nancy's lineage. I get a yes for that. I'm going to double check that. It means you've probably got royalty somewhere in your lineage. There is an ancestral marker for Nancy. And hold. Yeah. Okay.
I'm royal.
What was that
I
called?
said I'm royal.
She is royal. Yes. Yes, Your Highness. Okay. I don't know if it's so good to be a princess anymore. Okay. So we announced to the reptilians that you belong to yourself and your lineage, any children, grandchildren, your parents, grandparents, everybody in your lineage. Each person belongs to himself or herself or their non-binary, who they are. Okay.
Absolutely.
And we're going to chop that. Remove that marker from me and my whole lineage. And just for good measure, remove the automatic reactivation program that whenever I take it off, they pop it back on. Remove that auto reinstall program.
Are you removing it from her children too? I mean, like if you have children?
Yeah, it removes it from her children and grandchildren. Okay, there is still an ancestral marker on Nancy. And hold. Nope, it's gone. And hold. Yay. Okay, moving right along. There is a reptilian bloodline marker from a previous incarnation. That means you incarnated into a reptilian body sometime in the past. So they pick on you forever because of that. There is a reptilian bloodline marker that there was a reptilian in your bloodline in a previous incarnation. And hold. Nope, you don't have that. But I mean, they get you in this lifetime, all your lineage, and any previous lifetimes, they think they own that. Letter C is a sacrifice marker. The problem of human sacrifice is one of the most gory and terrible things that happens to humans. But what we hear is that the reptilians have always been around. They do eat people. And they made a deal with the kings and queens. And they said, like the Minotaur, you give us 6 maidens and 6 young men every year, and then we won't bother the rest of you. And so the kings and queens did that. And there was this practice of human sacrifice. You give them a few so they won't come up and eat everybody. I have a marker on my soul. And also they only give the brightest, the best, the most intelligent, the most full of light, because those taste the best. They have the most energy and they are stealing the energy. I was sacrificed in a previous lifetime to a reptilian god, a false god. And hold. Yeah, I have at least 2 sacrifice markers. And hold. No, only 1. And hold. Okay.
Barbara, if they sacrifice you in the past heart, they mark you to follow your exceeding life.
They steal a, okay, the question is, if you're sacrificed in a past life, do they follow you in each succeeding life? Yes, the reptilian pretend god says, the humans gave me this little baby, it's mine. They kill it, they steal a piece of the soul so they can find you in every subsequent lifetime and steal energy. because they say the humans did this of their free will, so you're mine. Okay. Okay. I want to just, we don't have time to run the whole past life trauma protocol, but I want to get the age at which she was sacrificed. When Nancy was sacrificed, she was at least a year old, a week, a day, at least 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours old. So you were a newborn. And the sacrifice person was male, it was female, it was a little girl, a little girl. So would you ask the Arcturians to find the piece of that little girl's soul that they stole, take it back from the reptilian thief, wash it off, scrub off all the reptilian junk, give it back to this little baby, and then ask Divine Mother to come get her and take her home to the world of light for healing.
Please find the fragment of her soul that the reptilians took, and please clean it, wash it, make it whole again, and give it back to that little girl. And Divine Mother, please take that little girl into your arms and take her home.
Thank you. And Nancy repeated exactly what I said, and it's complete. And I'm just going to watch with my pendulum. This is going in the no direction, but it's moving toward yes. And now it says yes, it's complete. Let me double check that. That little baby girl has her soul back, and she's in heaven with Divine Mother. And hold. Wow, beautiful. Okay, thank you, thank you. Now, Arcturians, remove that marker on my soul. Bye-bye marker.
Remove that marker on my soul.
And remove the automatic reactivation program where it pops back on every time you take it off. Bye-bye automatic reactivation program. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. There is still a sacrifice marker on Nancy's field. No, great. Okay, now letter D. If there's a battle on your planet, the reptilians come and you fight them and you kill one of them, they mark you. They say, you are a reptilian killer. We're going to get you in all your next lives. Well, I mean, if they come and try to eat your children, what are you going to do? You're going to kill them if you can. So we have one more marker left. There is a marker that in a past life you were killed by a reptilian. Wait, I just said if you killed a reptilian. Yeah, I took them out of order, letter E. Nancy killed a reptilian in a previous incarnation. And hold. Yes, you did.
I don't know, it just came out of me.
After what they did to you as a little baby, no wonder. Okay. All right, so we asked the Arcturians to find that dead reptilian following you around. The reptilian goes to try to get you for what you did, to remove it, restore its soul, if it lost any parts of its soul, rehabilitate it, set it free from AI control, and take it to the place, not the planet where the live reptilians are, but to the place in the higher dimension where that reptilian soul can be taken to learn and evolve and realize the truth that service to self doesn't really pay in the long run. Service to others is a better path. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now please remove that marker that says, because I killed this reptilian once, I can forever get picked on, and remove the automatic reactivation program. We're going to bunch them up. Remove that marker and the auto reinstall. Okay, now that's all of your markers, but I want to just talk through the rest of them because it's really kind of the meat of the protocol here. If you were killed by a reptilian, they say, well, I killed you. I can boss around your soul. And we have to remove that. Letter F is a wrongdoing marker. If a person gets infected with reptilian energy and does a mass shooting in a school or something, or even if you just have the job of you're the hitman for the mob and you're paid to do that and you kill people to make money, that tags you because you have taken human life. It tags you as fodder for the reptilians and they can pick on you. And they do, because that makes a break in your soul and they come in through any crack they can in your aura. Letter G, being a practitioner of black magic, either in this lifetime or in a past lifetime. If you have practiced black magic, they can get you. There's a marker on you for that. And 10 minutes, thank you. And we need to remove that. Now, letter H, will to die. If your life is just so painful and you want to die, the reptilians say, oh, we can help you with that. We'll help you with that. And then you get some kind of illness with a great deal of suffering because they want the suffering. So you have to treat that will to die. There can be, letter I, a marker placed by somebody else. A black magician can put a marker on somebody that says, reptilians, go pester this person. And that needs to be taken off. That goes into the whole issue of how to deal with sorcery. That is in the soul detective training that I do, but it is not exactly in this one protocol. You need to get a soul detective practitioner or someone who knows how to deal with sorcery for that. Letter J, being a reptilian priest. It was a great honor in ancient times to be the high priest. And guess what the high priest did? Sacrificed the babies, yes. And it was supposed to be a good thing to keep peace and law and order in the country, and such a great honor. But if you have been that high priest, high priestess, and taken human life, that marks you as fair target for the reptilian. So you have to go back to that lifetime and really do Ho'oponopono for everyone you hurt. Yes?
What if you have a spouse that might have been that? How does that relate to you?
What? Okay, the question is, what if you have a spouse who might have been a reptilian priest in a past life? How does it relate to you? I would say it's a little difficult because there probably will be reptilian attention on that spouse, reptilian invasion. Okay, I'd like to, I'll take your question and then we'll hold the rest till later.
How about warriors that in the army during World War II or Korea and killed people?
Yes, what about warriors in the Army, World War II, Korea, that take human life? It hurts the soul to do that, and the reptilians come in any crack in your field that they can. And bottom line, we have to quit doing war. We have to quit trying to solve our problems by killing enemies and realize we are all one. Okay, I want to get through the protocol and then I'll stay after class to answer some more questions. Letter K is working with a client who has a marker. Sometimes a person comes in that's just filled with trouble and that client has a mark on him that anybody who tries to help that client is going to get attacked by reptilians. Oh boy, you really need the reptilian protocol for that one. And then there could be other markers that I haven't put on the list. 13 is a reptilian body overlay. This is where the reptilians put kind of like saran wrap around your field so healing can't get in. Let's check and see if you have that. There is a reptilian body overlay for Nancy. And hold. No, she doesn't have that. If you do have it, that body overlay is held in place with a blocking spell, so you can't take it off. So you first have to take the spell off. And I've written how to do that. And then you can reboot the healing that was done. Step 14, you want to repair the damage patterns. We don't have time to do that right now, but if we had more time, we would do that. Step 14 is to repair the damage programs. What did the reptilians harm in Nancy's field when they used to be there? So let me just count the programs. There's at least one. No, there's at least one hidden or cloaked. Yes, at least two hidden or cloaked. There's just one hidden program, and that is physical. No. It's mental. No. It's emotional. Yes. It is the insertion of a fear reflex. Yeah. Okay. So they made you scared, afraid to get up at night and go out in the dark. Well, you have a tool against fear. Okay. We can check for stolen soul parts. And step 17 is to see if reptilian DNA has been activated. Sometimes when our lives are having a lot of difficulty, we feel like, I can't survive. And so the reptilian part of our brain says, you got to do something. If a man's family is starving, he will steal to feed his children so they don't die. And that puts us into reptilian thinking. Reptilian DNA has been activated in Nancy and Holt. Yes. We ask the Arcturians to reprogram, you can say ditto at the end of this if you want. We ask the Arcturians to reprogram Nancy's DNA back to optimal human DNA for her at this time in her present karmic evolution. Would you like that?
Ditto.
Okay, let's chop that in. Usually it takes about 3 weeks, thank you. Then you check for additional programs, any computer-like viruses or reactivation programs. And one more thing that I want to do is trap portals. And that's like everything goes okay until you graduate from college, and then everything goes wrong. Everything goes fine in your relationship till you get married, and boom, there's a trap portal to mess everything up. Or everything's fine till you get that right job for you, and then you have a car accident and break your legs or whatever. There is at least one trap portal set to open in the future. And hold. At least 2, and hold. At least 4, 6. Okay, there are 2 and only 2. Okay. We ask to find and remove those trap portals wherever they are and remove all their automatic reactivation programs. Okay, and in the last minute, ongoing protection. Would you ask all of these spiritual helpers plus your spiritual guidance team to keep you safe? And the Arcturians say every day, hold your arms up and ask for whatever I need for today. Please give me whatever I need for today. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's kind of like eating. I eat, but then I have to eat again the next day. Ongoing protection. And in any way that's totally safe for everybody here, we ask to multiply the benefits for everyone here, for your families, for the community, for our planet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But don't tell anybody we asked for that. Keep us safe, yes. Thank you so much, and let's do a final grounding. If you would all stand up. This is a grounding method I learned from my husband. It's a Hawaiian method. You say the Hawaiian word for earth, which is ba, B-U-H, and you drop your foot, you earth your foot 4 times. Ba. Ba, ba, ba. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, beings of light, Arcturians. We close our sacred space and we open up a new octahedron of protection, of love and light for everyone. Thank you so much. Okay.